In today's gaming news, Dead Space 3's first DLC arrives next week, problems persist for SimCity, Call of Juarez Gunslinger gets a teaser trailer, and Hairbrained reveals 20 minutes of gameplay for Shadowrun Returns. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. It is Friday, March the 8th, and my name is Force, here with today's gaming news. First up today, Dead Space 3's first DLC will be arriving next week, and it'll be adding the real ending to the game. And of course, in EA fashion, you'll have to pay for it, because your first $60 didn't buy you the ending. God. Dead Space 3's Awakened DLC takes place after the events of the game and adds new weapons, enemies, and locations. The DLC will not only continue the story, but is said to provide the real epilogue for some of the events of the game, which is another way of saying it's the real ending. Awakened comes to 360, PS3, and PC on March 12th for $10. I think it goes without saying that I am in no way happy about the fact that we're going to have to purchase the real ending to this game. You know, there are right ways to do DLC and there are wrong ways, and this is the wrong way. Making people pay $10 for a game that they already bought to see the real ending, it makes your consumers feel like they've been cheated, and that's how I'm going to feel, even though I haven't even finished the game yet. I can't wait to see what they leave untied and knowing that I'm gonna have to spend another $10 to wrap it up. Next up in news, I can't believe I'm still talking about this, but SimCity, it's still broken. People can't play the game, they can't get refunds, and some features have been completely removed. 4 days after its release, things continue to go south for the fifth major installment of SimCity. As server issues persisted in the days after launch, Amazon discontinued sales of the game from its store, gaming review sites dropped its scores, and Maxis has removed non-essential features from the game, including the fastest of 3 game speeds. Community backlash continues to come in loud and clear, especially after EA's public statement that they will not be offering refunds on the game. I mean, really? How is this game still having problems? You know, the most frustrating thing about all of this is that the actual game itself, SimCity, is fun. It's a great game to play, and the time I've spent with it has been incredibly enjoyable. The problem is, I would say about 75% of the time I've attempted to play SimCity this week, I haven't been able to. And as of today, people are still reporting issues in certain regions of the world. This is a major problem, and I hope it's something that EA and Maxis can smooth out soon, because there's a great game that people are missing out on. Next up in news, Call of Juarez Gunslinger has gotten a teaser trailer, reminding me that Western games are super badass, and I wish more of them were released. Gunslinger is the next installment in the Call of Juarez franchise, a series of Western-themed games from Polish developer Techland. The game will focus on Silas Greaves, a bounty hunter who is tasked with tracking down some of the Wild West's most notorious criminals. Call of Juarez Gunslinger is expected to arrive sometime this year as a downloadable title for 360, PS3, and PC. One of my favorite games of this console generation was Red Dead Redemption, a title which I still to this day voice my disappointment that it never came to the PC. So to see a game set in the Western theme that looks like it could be pretty good coming to the PC, well, that's something that I can get really excited for. So I'm really looking forward to checking out Gunslinger. Last up in news today, we've got 20 minutes of alpha gameplay footage for Shadowrun Returns, a game that combines sci-fi with high fantasy for pure nerd awesomeness. Shadowrun Returns is an isometric turn-based RPG that was funded via Kickstarter last year. The game will be set in Seattle, Washington and Berlin, Germany, and continues the cyberpunk high fantasy hybrid that Shadowrun games are known for. Today, the game's developer Hairbrained Schemes released a 20-minute first look video of the game's alpha. So after watching those 20 minutes of gameplay footage, I can say with most certainty that Shadowrun Returns is going to be a lot of fun. It sort of looks like it combines the Shadowrun theme with XCOM style combat, and that's something that I can get behind. I think the most important thing about this though is this is starting to show us that those Kickstarter games we all funded in 2012 are actually being made, and I think 2013 is going to be an exciting year to see how many of those projects come to fruition and how good they turn out to be. And this is really going to determine, in my opinion, how much legs Kickstarter has going forward. Because really, if these projects flop on the most part, I don't think Kickstarter is going to be getting many more funded indie projects in the future. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Alright guys, that is going to do it for today's episode of the Force Feed. As always, thank you so much for watching. Once again, this has been Force, and you have just been force-fed. Thank you for calling EA Customer Support. How can I help you? Hi, yeah, I'm calling about my recent purchase of SimCity. What seems to be the problem, sir? Well, the game looks great and all, but I haven't been able to play it all week, so I kind of wanted to see if I could get a refund. I'm sorry, our terms clearly state that unless under extreme circumstances, we don't offer refunds on any of our games. How much more extreme could it get? I can't play the game. I know. Is there anything else I can help you with today?